What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the World War History Bar. I hope you're having a great day. In today's video, we will be talking about the Munich Agreement, or as more people know it as, the agreement about the Sudetenland in Czechoslovakia. If you guys do want to enjoy this video, drop a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and check out our other videos on our channel because we do a lot of stuff with that stuff there. And also, if you want to see other videos we do, we don't just make videos on YouTube. We do YouTube Shorts, but we also have a TikTok, which we'll link in the description. We do all kinds of cool little World War II history videos on there. And we also have an Instagram. If you want to go follow us on there, we'll post some World War II stuff, timeline stuff on there. It's all good fun. But with that said, let's get into the video.
The Munich Agreement was a document that stated the Sudetenland was to be given to Germany, essentially, because they wanted the Sudetenland back. It was populated by ethnic Germans, so they wanted it as part of their territory. This was their argument for why they wanted it, so they planned with his military leaders not only to take the Sudetenland, but also to take Czechoslovakia. So he planned with his military leaders, his advisors, his generals, on how to possess the Sudetenland and also a way to take Czechoslovakia. So we immediately said we can't invade, force takeover, because it would threaten, another world conflict. And Germany thought that wasn't an option. They didn't want another world war. They didn't want to screw themselves over. So they decided to try and make the ethnic population of Germans within Czechoslovakia cause political agitation before they made any more decisive actions. So Hitler began making inflammatory speeches encouraging the German people in Czechoslovakia to rise up and reunite with their homeland. He also had support from the
Sudeten Deutsche Heimatfront, or the Sudeten German Home Front.
Okay. And that specifically was led by Comrade Henlein. And so because of that formation and all that political tension and all that, there was a whole bunch of turmoil coming to that country. There was a lot of tension building up.
And with that tension building up, both France and Germany was seeing this stuff happening, and they knew they would have to get involved sometime because they had a treaty with Czechoslovakia to support them in the event of a war or some type of armed conflict. But both France and Great Britain didn't have the means to defend the country of Czechoslovakia. They also didn't want to start a war. They weren't ready. They didn't want a war. As I said, they still had that thought of World War I in their memories. It was a scar, and they did not want to do anything. So French leader Edouard Daladier met with British Prime Minister Neville Chamberlain in London to discuss the whole situation. And Chamberlain couldn't see how Hitler would be prevented from destroying Czechoslovakia if they didn't give him the Sudetenland. So both the French and the British leadership believed that peace could only be kept if Czechoslovakia transferred the Sudetenland to Germany. So in mid-September 1938, Chamberlain met with Hitler at Hitler's Berchtesgaden retreat to discuss the situation. And Hitler agreed to not invade, while Chamberlain agreed to try to persuade his cabinet along with the French to accept the results of the plebiscite in the Sudetenland. So after this meeting, Daladier went to London along with the British and wrote a joint proposal that all areas with a population that was more than 50% German would be given to the German Reich. And so Chamberlain met with Hitler in Bad Godesberg, and he was taken aback when he learned of Hitler's demands for Czechoslovak demilitarization of that area. And Chamberlain knew that this is probably not going to go over well. So when he relays it to the French and Czechoslovaks, no surprise, they all reject it completely. They're like, no, we can't do this. There's no way we're going to do this. So with that rejection, tension started to rise. Hitler got mad when he heard about this. So with no other option, there was a meeting proposed by Chamberlain to meet with Hitler along with Daladier and Mussolini in Munich to come up with an agreement together that would satisfy everybody. So on the 29th of September, they met in Munich to come up with a agreement. But what was weird about this was there were no Czechoslovak representatives in the meeting room. They weren't allowed in, even though it was an agreement about their territory. But they ended up writing a Munich agreement, which looked very almost identical to the Godesberg proposal that was originally proposed by Adolf Hitler. And what was weird though, it was written up and given by Benito Mussolini, even though it was later found that it was actually made by the Germans, but given to him to make it look like he made it. So after they all read it, they all agreed and they signed it, and both Daladier and Chamberlain went back to their countries, and they were greeted with enthusiastic crowds because they're like, we've kept war from happening, they've taken this area. But then they had to give the news to the Czechoslovaks. They're like, either you fight the Germans alone, or you submit and you give them the Sudetenland. The Czechoslovaks had no option, so they submitted and gave the Sudetenland to Germany. And Chamberlain thought, alright, war's done, they only want this area, they're done expanding, we're all safe. But Hitler would then, not even a month later, Post-Productions Act here, it was actually a year after the original agreement, discredit Chamberlain's policies and invade the rest of Czechoslovakia, which would then be turned into the Protectorate of Bohemia and Moravia. That would be the last peaceful expansion of Germany before World War II, or the invasion of Poland, where the French and the British finally declare war on Germany, because they realize if he continues to go and they don't do anything about it, they're not going to be able to stop him. So, with that said, that's going to be a topic for our next video. Hope you guys did enjoy that video. If you did, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. Comment down below if you enjoy these types of videos where they're sitting down here and talking to you, because we want to know your feedback on this. And with that said, we will see you guys back here at the World War History Bar next time for another World War II video. Peace!